Celtics are now 5-0 following a loss this postseason. Jason Tatum, the driving offensive force in those games. That's just Chaminade pride is what that is. Averaging 32.6 points per game following a loss. As the most in a single postseason in Celtics history, and they have a lot of history, minimum 5 games. Matt Barnes has 95 games of playoff experience. That's 95 more than KC and I combined. Matt, but in 95 games, did you have any kind of just violent seesaw, teeter-totter swings? We're just trying to find some explanation as to how these teams who are relatively even matched aren't even close, even though it's 2-2 in the series.
I mean, I don't think there's really any rhyme or reason. And if this series has showed us anything, it showed us whether you lose by 25 or you lose by 6, the next game is the most important game. And I think both these teams have understood that. So although Miami played terrible tonight, they know they played terrible. Boston knows they have to come in next game ready to go because Miami's going to bounce back. But this is just a really impressive game by the Celtics. They hit them first early, aggressively, offensively and defensively. Jason Tatum had a nice bounce-back game getting downhill, and that kind of just set the tone from the beginning.
Listen, if we get a game within 6, it's a barn burner, man. I'll stay up all night for something like that. You touched on Jason Tatum. What is it that leads to his streakiness so that when he comes back in these games and he's good, he's so good?
Well, this is another bounce-back game similar to the Milwaukee series. We had a bad game in Milwaukee, bounced back with a previous 31-point game. But we keep forgetting that he's still only 24. Although he came in the league and they had they went to the Eastern Conference Finals his first year. This kid is still 24 years old, so he's learning how to be a superstar. And part of taking his game to the next level is consistency. And for the most part, he's been very consistent. He's had a few bad games, but he continues to bounce back, realizing that he makes this team go. Obviously, no Marcus Smart tonight. They're going to need him moving forward. But I feel like a healthy Celtics team is just better than this Heat team. And this is not an overreaction. Again, this is a 2-2 series, but I just feel like from last game, they understood that if they just took care of the ball, although the Heat caused these turnovers, if they took care of the ball like they did tonight, it would be a different outcome.
Robert Williams had 19 minutes, 12 points, 9 rebounds. Doesn't seem like a big line. Why do you think he had such a big impact? I
just think his presence, his length obviously bothered Bam. Bam only took 5 shots tonight. Robert had a lot of, 2 nice blocks, but another stuff he does on the offensive end is out of the roll. He's a dynamic roller, so you have to respect that. The weak side has to tag, and although Boston didn't particularly shoot the 3-ball well tonight, you still have to honor him, and it's going to leave the weak side wide open for 3. So his presence out there has been limited, but when he's out there, he's very effective, and I really feel like his length affects Bam.
Jalen Rose said Bam was invisible, so we don't have to talk about Bam until later in the show, perhaps. Matt Barnes, great. Kevin says at Game 5 Wednesday, we'll be tuned in for that, and we're hoping that we get one of those 6-point games you alluded to.
We'll see.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.